interviews, and then maybe
my interviews, and I'm not going to drink tomorrow, and I'm going to be awake all night. That'll be okay because I can look over, I can check on my dad the entire time.
Thank you, Ken Dog. Yes. Let me just ask you this, because there's a lot of people that want to just talk in the chat and they want to spout off, advice and things like that. Just don't drink. Just stop. All of this. It's not that easy. It's not that she can't just stop right now. Are you going into the shakes when you don't drink for a certain number of hours during the day? Let's just be honest. Tell me the truth. Okay, your face says it all. I asked my nephew the same thing yesterday when I saw him at lunch. So I don't know what to say about that. You need to go be with your dad in the hospital. So do what you need to do to make sure that happens because he needs you right now. The next thing I wanted to ask you is, do you know what your dad's wishes were before all of this happened? You're talking about transferring him to another hospital, getting a second opinion, all of that. But whether that happens or not, did your dad ever tell you what his wishes were? Can you tell me that?
What do you mean?
Well, did you and your dad ever have a conversation that if he ever got into a life-threatening situation, what he wanted to happen?
He has told me that his dad bought me and him a plot, and Lana says that that's her plot, but here's the thing. No one, it's all blood Robies that are in there, from like my grandma to my grandpa and my uncle and everyone else who's died. It's got to be a blood Roby, but Lana's saying that the plot that supposedly is mine, which I know 100% is mine, because before my grandpa died, he bought plots for all the grandkids and all them. So we got John Jr., we got all them, but Lana's saying that's her plot. But she would be the only non-blood Roby in there. That's what's weird.
Okay, I don't mean if he actually...
My dad wants to be buried with his family.
Okay, I don't mean if something were to happen, God forbid, and he were to pass. I mean, before he passes, did he ever tell you that if he got into this kind of situation in the hospital, what his wishes would be? Like, does he want to have, extreme measures taken to save his life? Does he want to be intubated? Does he have a DNR?
No, but I'm going to make sure that happens I'm not going to let him go easily.
Okay. No. So there's been no DNI or DNR, do not intubate or do not resuscitate order in place. Y'all have never had one of those drawn up?
No.
Okay. And then I wanted to ask you, what did the doctor say? Is he in stable enough condition for you to be able to move him at this time to another hospital?
They said the hospital I want him to go to is apart, so they're not going to do that.
Okay.
They're telling me.
Okay. Do you think he's stable enough to be moved?
They're saying he's not.
Okay. Then that would be one of my top concerns, or one of the things I would think about if I was you. Right? Because we're talking about, is he stable enough to have the surgery? And we're talking about, is he stable enough to be moved? So we're kind of playing 50-50 here, right? On either one of those fronts. So you kind of have to make a decision. Do you want to leave him where he is and see if he gets a little bit